Hello ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to give you some hints on the final assignment from chapter 2, and that's for you to make this part without a tutorial. You've gone through the tutorials, you've learned how to do things in SolidWorks. Now you on your own get to make this part, but I want to give you a few hints first. So we take a note of the sizes of the part. We note that dimension A is 4, dimension B is 2.5, and take a look at the other dimensions in the general shape. So we'll pop back into SolidWorks. There we go. And let's do the front plane, and let's make a sketch on it, and let's draw our part. And I want to check to make sure my document properties are correct first. I want to make sure I'm in ANSI. Oops, I'm in ISO, so I've got to change it to ANSI. And I want to make sure the units are inch, pound, seconds. We noticed that that drawing required inch, pound, seconds. It's probably the very first thing you should do when you make a part. So, just make the lines, sketch out the approximate shape, sideways shape of, okay, I want a horizontal line. There it is. There's a horizontal. Just do it approximately at first. So it's at some angle. It goes up. I'm making a sketch of the side profile of the object that I'm interested in. And that closes it. I'm done with the lines. Now I can start doing the smart dimensions. And this was 4. Let's go back to see what it looked like. 2.6 high, 1 wide on the top, a quarter down. Okay, 2.6. Check. This is 1. This was a quarter. And the other side over here was 1 inch high. Okay, now we ought to be able to extrude it 2.5 inches. B is 2.5 inches. So let's grab the dimension tool, extrude it, and 2.5. It'll extrude forward. It doesn't really matter if you extrude forward or extrude back. There we go. So we got the basics. Now, here's the trick. We've got to make this slanty. You guys know how to drill a hole. I'm not going to show you that. We got to make this slanty region, though. So here's how we can do it. We're going to make a new sketch now. I'm going to select this face, and I can select this face. I'm going to make a new sketch on it. And I want to go perpendicular to the sketch. I'm going to make a construction line. So, and I want that line to be, I believe it was 1.5. Yes, it's 1.5 from the vertex. So click on the origin. Just drop it approximately 1.5. It doesn't have to be exactly at this point in time. Escape. It's not letting the green check mark do its thing. Smart dimension. Make sure you're highlighting the right line. You're not highlighting this line. You're highlighting that center line. You want this at 1.5. Check. Now we can make another line vertical. So now we know we've got something exactly 1.5 inches in this way. Make another center line. Grab this part of this line and go vertically until we intersect this line. So we've got intersection. And escape. So we've got that line drawn. Now we have points for reference geometry, and we can get out of this sketch. Now we can make a reference geometry. I think I can make, let's see, can I drop a point right there? I could make a point right there, but it's already highlighted. We don't need to make a point right there. You could. We're going to want to make a point at this vertex. We're also going to want to make a point over here somewhere. So we go through the same procedure of drawing the construction lines over here. So I'm not going to drop a point right now. I'm going to make a new sketch. And I'm going to exit this sketch because I want to exit. Come on, exit. There, we're out of this one. We want a new sketch. We don't want to be drawing on our old sketch, because the old sketch is on a different face. And go back and take a look at this again. It's 1/2 inch in. So this one's 1/2 inch in. Construction line, make it 1/2 inch this time. Approximately 1/2 inch for now. Well, escape, get out. Smart dimension, make it 1/2 inch. 0.5. Check. Make a new construction line. Go down here. Make it exactly vertical from the 1/2 inch, from 1/2 inch in. So now I have the intersection of this edge and the construction line. So now I have my 3 points of the plane that make up that slanty part of this piece. Escape to get out of the line tool, rotate it a bit. So I ought to have 3 points to make up the plane, to make my sketch. So now I can add the reference geometry in the features. And reference geometry, oops, do I need to exit the sketch first? There we go. Get out of the sketch first. Features, plane. Now I can, it takes 3 points to make a plane. There's point number 1, point number 2, which was already there. We didn't need to make a, there's a second reference, point number 2. And then point number, now it's giving me a highlight of what the plane is so far. And then point number 3. Now I've got my slanty plane. I can do a sketch on it. Now I'm going to do a sketch on it. And just draw 3 lines. And just grab those 3 points again. Click. 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 Make a closed figure. Click. I'm done. And now let's just extrude it. Extrude cut. Make sure the cut is in the correct direction, because it's going to cut in this, it's cutting in the wrong direction right now. Once I rotate it around, you can see it cuts in the wrong direction. Just go the other direction. And that should cut off the stuff that I don't want. Boom. Voila. Get back to an isometric view, and you guys can see it. Nice and cut. get it. Just click anywhere, just get out of it. I can do the hide plane, and anyway, that gives you that weird cut. And that's all, folks. This ought to give you all the information you need for Chapter 2. So you ought to be in good shape to do all the assignments and to do a lot of stuff with SolidWorks now. Okay, bye-bye.